Welcome back, friends. Today I'm so excited to take you on my cozy Christmas home tour of 2025, filled with warm traditional Christmas decor, classic red accents, twinkling lights, and so many simple but beautiful ideas you can recreate on a budget. If you love Christmas decorate with me videos, classic holiday styling, or high-end look for less, you are going to feel right at home. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a seasonal decorating video. I also want to mention, if you are interested where things are from and or the process of decorating each space, I will have the full Christmas Decorate With Me playlist linked in the description box for you so you can check it all out. We are starting on the front porch. I kept it warm, cozy, and welcoming with pieces that create that classic Christmas charm. Think traditional greenery, simple lighting, seasonal touches, and a look that feels festive without being overdone. This year, I wanted this space to feel like a Christmas tree wonderland but still keep everything classic and timeless. My goal here is always to make the porch feel like an invitation into the rest of the home. Moving inside, here in my entryway, I wanted this space to feel warm, welcoming, and perfectly cozy for Christmas. I started by adding my 9-foot slim Christmas tree that I picked up a couple years ago from a local nursery. It's pre-lit, fits the corner beautifully without taking up too much floor space, and it brings such a soft glow into this area. I decorated it with velvet ornaments I found in Michael's last year, and to them I added my brown velvet ribbon to tie in that natural classic look. I also hung the dried orange slice ornaments I DIY'd along with a fringed ribbon, and finished the bottom with simple burlap for a cozy organic feel. On the wall, I swapped out my usual sign and added this thrifted accordion style coat rack. This was actually not included in my Decorate With Me video. It's just for decor, but I love the vintage touch it brings. On it, I hung my DIY berry wreath, a Pottery Barn dupe that has those beautiful Ralph Lauren holiday vibes. I added a small cluster of bells beside it for a subtle festive moment. Then over on the entryway table, which was a Facebook Marketplace find I made over on my DIY channel, I kept the styling simple and curated. I added a stack of thrifted books for height, my thrifted lamp on one side, and one of my DIY vases filled with fresh cedar clippings from the tree in my yard. In the center, I styled my rattan bells tied with brown silk ribbon, and I added my Christmas tree print, a natural wood nutcracker, and a little bell candle for warmth. To finish the bottom of the table, I added a HomeSense basket with a deep green waffle blanket from Temu, my large bell, and a red house that lights up. And beside it, I tucked in another basket, and in it I placed a 4-foot Norfolk pine tree from Temu. And I added lights to it for the perfect finishing touch. This whole space feels cozy, collected, and inviting, the perfect way to welcome guests into our home. This year in the living room, I went with a cozy, elegant Christmas style. Lots of soft textures, warm greenery, subtle pops of red, and those classic pieces that make the space feel welcoming and timeless. For the tree, I used my only tree from a local nursery, and I added layers of fairy lights from Amazon to give it the magical twinkling glow. On the coffee table, I kept things simple but elevated with some DIY textured vase with beautiful juniper berry stems, a thrifted book for Hyde, a mix of bells, and black deer I thrifted and painted. It's small, minimal, but still feel festive. Cedar garland, simple stockings, few bells, a few warm touches like wooden lantern, black candlesticks, Christmas tree candles, and a raw wood nutcracker with ribbon, along with a vase filled with some cedar stems. Cedar and Norfolk stems, a few DIY vases, candle holders with green tree candles I made last year, and a pop of red with mercury glass candle holder. All things that add warmth without overwhelming the space. For the couch, I kept the look cozy with a French throw, the original pattern pillows, striped pillows from HomeSense, and deep green velvet pillow cover, finished with the lumber pillow in the center. Overall, this room feels warm, inviting, and festive, proof that you can create a cozy, elegant holiday home without spending a ton or overstyling the space. If you're enjoying this tour, hit the heart in the comment to show some love. And moving in from the living room, this is our dining room, one of my favorite spaces to decorate for Christmas. I wanted this room to feel warm, cozy, and minimal with just enough festive touches to make it feel magical. The first thing you'll notice is the flock tree. This one is from Lowe's and I've had it for a few years now. It's pre-lit, beautifully full, and it adds such a soft glow to this corner of the room. I decorated with mostly handmade ornaments and a mix of special pieces, a simple brown ribbon, and white tree skirt to keep everything feeling clean and minimal. Beside the tree is my hutch, which I styled with a mix of vintage pieces, fine china, and a few subtle Christmas accents. On the top I added 2 prints along with few of my favorite vessels. I love how the lightly flocked trees on the opposite side balance everything out. I elevated one of them on a small footed board just to add height and dimension. Inside the shelves, I kept the look very curated, some of my fine china, a little pop of red with a wooden sign from HomeSense, a small flock stem, thrifted cookie house jar I found a few years back. And on the bottom, I added a vase tied with brown velvet ribbon and filled with Norfolk pine stems, along with my bread bowl candle to make the room feel warm and inviting. For the table, I wanted to keep things simple and functional because we eat here every night. I added a runner from HomeSense and placed my DIY paper mache bowl and olive atelier dupe right in the center. I filled it with simple pine cones for an effortless, cozy touch that can easily be moved for family dinners. And over on the tea card, I created a small minimal moment with a large vase filled with frosted eucalyptus and berry stems. I paired it with one of my DIY candles to bring a soft holiday glow. On the bottom shelf, I added a decorative piece from Costco that ties all the color and texture in this room together. This space feels so calm and welcoming during the holidays, warm, cozy, and minimal, just the way I love it. It's the perfect extension of the living room and it all flows together beautifully for the season. If you'd like a full tablescape video, leave me a comment and I'll create a step-by-step tutorial. Now on to the main living room, or as we call it, a family room. The main holiday heart of the house. This is where I place our traditional Christmas tree, decorated with classic red accents and warm white lights to create that timeless, cozy atmosphere I love. The tree is styled to feel layered and homey, a little nostalgic, comfortable, and elegant. I have had this tree for a few years now, and it came pre-lit from local nursery called Sheridan's, and I love it. Actually, my other two trees that came from local nursery were from Sheridan's as well. On the mantle, I kept things warm and elevated with layered greenery and a set of twinkling lights. Nothing is overstyled, instead of focuses on pieces that blend classic warmth with an approachable look. I also added a nice ribbon along with some vintage Christmas bells. On the coffee table, I use the cozy textured approach I often share. A low arrangement of greenery, candles, a small tray, stack of books, and a mix of wood and ceramic pieces to add depth and a lift-in feel. The coffee table styling is all about creating a cozy focal point without overcrowding the room. And finally, the kitchen. I kept this space practical and simply festive. Small seasonal touches and are layered in. A bit of greenery, a couple of classic Christmas accents, and a warm wood elements that add holiday charm without obstructing anything you need to cook or prep. The kitchen styling stays true to my approach, cozy, classic, and functional. This year I even kept the coffee bar simple and elegant. Thank you so much for joining my Cozy Christmas Home Tour 2025. I hope you found ideas you can use in your own home from the porch to the kitchen. If you enjoyed this tour, please like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel more than you know. And I've linked more Decorate With Me videos and playlists in the description for your more seasonal inspiration. Which room was your favorite this year? Tell me in the comments. I read them all, and I always love hearing which spaces you want to see more of. And I also want to say Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends and anyone that's celebrating it. See you in the next video.